Dude, you got the whole Superheaven fit on.
I know. We need to get pants, dude. I put this outfit on yesterday because I'm a dirtball and I just keep wearing the same outfit. And I was like, oh, fuck. I looked at myself in the mirror. And it's funny, dude. My dad, he used to wear all his company's clothes. Like, it was always like
just on the weekend?
Yeah, because that's all the clothes he always got. Like, the swag, you know? Like, hey, Jim, like, here's like a hat.
That's
here's, like,
such a dad thing.
Here's like the golf polo, you know? He'd have so much of this company. And now I'm like, I looked in the mirror. I was like, damn, am I just... All my stuff is just Superheaven stuff and Webbed Wing stuff. I guess this is my fit.
Dude, I'm at the point where, like, I don't really... I used to take, like, almost one of everything we made.
Same. Yeah.
And now I just have so much of it, and I'm just like, for what? What am I going to load? Eventually, I'm going to have to get a storage unit just for my own band's memorabilia. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, then you're going to end up like, did you ever see, welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Welcome.
Did you ever see the movie Funny People?
No,
With Seth
I know
Rogen
people
and
like
Adam
it.
Sandler?
I actually know what movie that is.
Pretty devastating ending in a way, depending on your feeling. But there's a scene where he like opens his garage and there's like cardboard cutouts of like movies that he's been in and all kinds of shit. And I'm just like, that's gonna be me. Yeah,
I don't want to be that guy and be. Well, there's two ways to look at it. If you're old enough and you have that kind of shit, it's kind of cool. You're like, oh, you old guy in Hollywood. Like, is it The Holiday that she like nurses that guy back to? I don't know, what movie is it? I think it might be The Holiday. But anyway, if you're old enough, it's okay. But if you're like in your 50s and you're like clenching on to the past, it's just sad.
I just feel like I have like posters and stuff. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Frame the posters with us on it? And I think that they're cool posters, but then I'm just like, I'm not going to hang them up. I'm not going to hang up every poster we ever make.
Yeah. It comes to a point where you're just like, yeah, okay. I'm just taking stuff I genuinely think is cool. Like,
dude, same with tour passes. I'm like, what am I just started throwing them away. I throw them away.
They're smaller that I can just put in a box. I know, but like, I know I'm for you on that one. It's like, what am I gonna do with this? And it's
and I know people like do cutesy things, like they hang them on a string on their wall, and I'm just like,
how cute can I get?
I'm 38. Yeah. I'm not hanging tour passes on my wall. That's pathetic. All due respect.
Yeah.
Speaking of our band, we have a tour coming up this fall. Okay, I'm going to read off the dates and the cities and the venues now, in case we're coming to your town, because we announced this tour today. Well, by the time you see this, we announced it last week. Yes. But the amount of comments that were like, "You guys should play blank city," that we literally played 1 month ago. Is infuriating. Yes. And I know that's like a trope, like that's a thing that everyone's like, oh, it's classic, everybody. But it's just like, it makes me fucking sick, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like, we post about this shit incessantly. More, I mean, I don't post about it ever, but like we post about
it's in your feed
incessantly to the point where I'm like, we're posting a little much, don't you think? Mm-hmm. And then it's like, boom, right in my face, because we still have dunces that are like, you guys should play Fort Worth. Yeah. Like, hey, dipshit.
We played there 3 times within the past year. Like, that area. That's nuts. That's crazy.
If you got into our band within the last 2 weeks...
Sorry. Well, welcome.
I guess fine, but... I don't know, man. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, we're coming to Nashville, Tennessee at Brooklyn Bowl on September 9th. September 10th, Atlanta, Georgia at the Masquerade. Where the hell else? Mm-hmm. September 12th, Fort Lauderdale, Florida at Revolution. This is our great return to Florida.
I'm so excited to come play Florida.
We've been trying to go to Florida. So Webbed Wing played Florida in February or March, and it was freaking awesome. It felt so good to be back.
It feels good to be back.
It's straight up. I was like, I was telling people, I was like, yo, we've been trying to play Florida in all of our bands for literally years. Like, listen, Florida and the Pacific Northwest get the shaft when it comes to shows because they're so fucking out of the way.
You kind of have to make a separate tour to get down there.
And that's kind of what we're doing. We're kind of doing that. And then also in Tampa, Florida on September 13th, playing at the Ritz, Ybor. Okay?
That's going to be cool.
Tampa, we're fucking coming for your bitch ass. September 14th, Charleston, South Carolina at the Music Farm. The 16th, Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, Charleston, South Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina at the Fillmore. The 17th in New Kensington, PA at Preserving Underground. I have no idea what to expect at that show.
So we're playing the upstairs, the chapel part of it. So that's good.
I didn't know they had that.
Yeah, they have like a chapel part.
With pews and shit?
No more pews. They took the pews out. It's been unblessed, So any religion can come. So doesn't matter what you are.
If you're Muslim and you need to bring your, I apologize if there's a religious word for this and I sound like a ignorant slob, but your little mat to pray on.
Yeah, you have a mat.
Bring it.
Yeah,
we support it. We'll make a space for you. Then after that, Cleveland, Ohio, fucking Ohio, goddammit, at the Agora Theater on the 19th. The 20th, Louisville, Kentucky. We're hitting Louder Than Life Fest.
That's another place we've been 3 times.
Dude, we're the Louisville guys.
I know.
We should have bought Colin's house in Louisville.
I know. We're there enough where it'd be nice to stash some stuff.
And coming along for the fucking ride is none other than Cloud Nothings, End It, and Soulblind.
Yes.
All 3 goated, and it's going to be hell of a time, and I look forward to it.
Wow. Off the rip. All right, everyone, thanks for listening. See you next week.
Yeah. We really just promote our music at this point because, as you can tell, it takes... I think eventually, now that we've been playing so much, I think we will work out a system where we can podcast more regularly. But as we've said, pretty much every episode we've done this year, because we just do 1 or 2 and then we don't do any for like 2 months. As we've said, it is very hard to do on tour.
Yeah.
But...
And you might say, oh, it's just like you're pressing a button and it's record and that's it. It's like, there's a little more that goes
You have
involved.
to want to do it.
That's the hardest part.
That really is the hardest part, to be like, because, you do the same thing every day. And you have downtime, but I've tried to explain this to people. It is
don't have enough.
It is such a specific kind of downtime that, like, technically you have a lot.
Yeah.
But actually... you don't have that much downtime.
Because it's not, you don't have like, we have 2 hours of by myself downtime. You have, 30 minutes here. Okay, there's not 30 minutes, you don't get a chunk of time until the show's over, you're loaded out, everything's done, and then you're like, luckily the past few tours we've been sitting in our bunks and you're just kind of like, I could do it, but I'm sleepy now. I want to doom scroll.
It's fucking... also loud as shit from about 2 p.m. to like 10:30 p.m. 10, 11 p.m.
Yeah, and I guess we could do it like from 10 to 12, but sometimes we're not rolling up to 12. Sometimes you want to sleep in.
I mean, that's another part, like...
And
also, you get to the venue, if you can... as soon as you get in, everyone's trying to take a shower. Everyone's trying to... it's like... it is... difficult, and I feel so gay bitching about it, but
it is what it is.
I don't know,
but you're still here. We're still doing it. It just
thanks everyone for sticking around.
But it's summer vacation, so we're good to go. So we're back for the summer at least.
Dude, I was talking to Mike about it yesterday. When we were in Europe, great time by the way. When we were in Europe, I had it in my head like, dude, we're gonna get home. Fucking got nothing to do for like 4 months. I looked at the calendar and I was like, we barely got 2 months before we go on tour again. And that's okay, because it's going to be awesome. But I did think, like, when Brigden put it to me, like, he's like, you've kind of been on tour since February.
You kind of have.
With like a couple weeks off. And he's been on tour since like November.
Yeah, to give you listeners, Brigden is doing sound for Superheaven on the past. So you can give him a round of applause for us sounding so good. Yes. But yeah, you have been on tours for 6 months.
And as I have probably said many times on this podcast, I don't really like going on tour that much. It's easier now than it's ever been, but in a lot of, like... So listen, playing good shows is pretty new to us. So
yeah,
there's a lot of things that like we're adjusting to that I had never considered.
Yeah, that
and
people want to see.
I certainly don't want to sound like woe is me because it's all good stuff, but I don't know. Listen, when you start a band and you play music and you put it on the internet, chances are somebody that you don't know is going to know something about you. I have always been a little uncomfortable with that, but it's a weird thing to talk about when you're not straight up famous.
Right. Like you have to be a top 50 celebrity.
Like we're like, I hesitate to say that we're public figures, but we are public facing people.
Right. I mean,
there's
we're
at least, all right, let's be generous. There's at least 5,000 people in the world that know our names and know like a couple things about us, and we don't know anything. We don't know anything about them.
And there's a lot more people that know who our band is who doesn't know our names and doesn't know anything about us, which I always find funny. I saw a thing on like we posted a new Superheaven 6 months ago, and it was like, oh, I didn't know these guys were in the band. Oh, this is sick. But yeah, you know, there's a handful of people out there that know those things. There's, you know, that we exist.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like I don't. It's not like I don't.
It's a cool one.
I don't want to talk to. Yeah, it's hot as fucking hell outside.
Bro.
Everyone should know that. It's literally 100 degrees, bro. It's literally 100 degrees outside in Philadelphia, and so yeah, we're sweating our fucking cocks off to do this. But anyway, I'm not saying I dislike it necessarily, but I do get very uncomfortable with talking to people that I don't really know. And now that our band is doing better, more people want to talk to us. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I am very appreciative, and I think it's very sweet that I'm very endeared by the fact that a stranger is like excited to see me. But it's an adjustment.
I think
I'm also 38,
yeah.
so like talking to a kid that's like 20 years old and is very excited and asks me like. We had a very, very, very excited, very sweet young man at our New York show.
Okay, yeah.
And saw him going off the whole show. Like rarely do I focus on anything that's happening in the audience, unless it's like extreme. Like if I see a bit of a commotion going on and security is kind of like involved, I will start to sort of pay attention to make sure that we don't need to stop or anything like that. Right. Other than that, I'm barely looking at people in the audience.
Is it because you can't see or because you can't?
It's both.
My glasses.
I dread the thought of making eye contact with someone.
Dude, it's the worst.
When we're playing. Like,
because they're just sitting there like, you know, like chilling like this while you're like rocking out. You're like, oh, no, this is awkward.
or yeah, I mean,
it's like,
yeah, I it's something about it is too intimate, and where I just don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
And that's my own thing. But so usually I'm not. But I noticed him absolutely losing his fucking mind and having the. I've never seen anyone have a better time doing anything.
Yeah.
And that I was
That's
like, that is so sweet. And I made sure that he got the set list because I was like, this guy needs the set list.
Yeah.
Anyway, he talked to us after the show, and he was just like, just had like a lot of guitar and songwriting questions, and was like very like, you know, sometimes you talk to someone and they're like, oh, I love that song, Boring Time or whatever, and you're like, we don't have a song called that.
Sure, I know where you're getting at.
Yeah, and like. He was like, knew all the songs, and he kept being like, oh, in this song, I don't even know how you guys wrote that one. I love that one. And it was like basically going down our discography, and I'm like, this is so nice.
Yeah.
This is so nice. I'm barely having to say anything. He's asking questions that I'm like, my thing is I hate when people are like, dude, I had some drunk guy come up to me after our Chicago show. Hours after our show.
Chicago. Oh, at Metro. Yeah, okay.
And I'm at the hot dog place across the street. Well, I was standing out front. I wasn't.
Oh, right, yeah.
And these two drunk like college students come up, and the one guy was like asking if he could borrow my lighter, and I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, well, my car's back there. I'm gonna bring it back there to smoke a joint, but is it cool if I bring it back there and bring it back? I'm like. Yeah, whatever. Dude, like if you keep it, that's not the end of the world.
If that gets you away from me faster, then yes.
See, I didn't expect him to come back. I was sort of like, he can keep the fucking lighter. And I should have walked away, but I was smoking. And then he comes back and he's like, yo, are you in Superheaven? And I was like, because it's not like I knew that he was, the show had been over for hours at this point.
You're right.
And he was like, so I was like, fuck. And I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he was like, where's everybody else? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, I truly didn't know. And he was like, yes, you do. And I was like, bro, I got no reason to lie. Like, already I was like, I'm so over this guy. And he was like, visibly like drunk. Like his eyes were getting like kind of sleepy. And I was like, and his boy was just standing there, like, didn't want to be there. And he was like, dude, how do we get a job like you? And I was like, you're just looking at him. And I was like, you're old enough to know that that's not a question that's like, has an answer. I was like, bro, honestly, you play shows that kind of suck for 20 years and you hope that eventually people start to pay attention. Yeah. Is the actual answer.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, you can make a lot of TikTok content and
hope
that your stuff is cringy enough that people are like,
but that makes me sad.
That's the thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like people are so hung up on having their shit pop that like they're sort of content with it being almost made a joke. They're like, as long as people are like paying attention, I don't care if they're killing me.
Yeah, it makes me sad. Makes me sad.
Like, do you know TX? TX, fuck. Everybody that's watching knows what I'm talking about. TX. Under the age of 20.
Yeah. The problem is not anymore.
It's like TX. It's like the kid. You've definitely seen
TX9?
No, it's like TX.
Tekashi?
Or no.
I'm going wrong way.
It's like a white dude. He's like a young dude. He's got makeup. He's like, he's got. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
His whole fucking thing is cringe, and I say that with no fucking dog in the fight. I don't care what he does. I don't have an opinion on him.
Yeah, no
for
stock.
Good or bad. But he like leans so hard into the like, I know you guys are calling me hard F in the comments, like, and just like almost leans into like, yes, I'm so cringe and lame, but you're paying attention, which I'm like sort of like, hey, he's got you.
Maybe that's like a superpower, you know? Because like I couldn't do that. It hurt my little soul.
I mean, I'm the dude. I'm world's biggest pussy. I don't like. If I even hear that people are talking about me and it's like not just good, I'm like,
I'm good.
I don't like that they were talking about me when I wasn't there.
Yeah, I often think sometimes like, you know, I'll chat with someone about someone else and I'm like, I guess people are having these same conversations, but about like me.
Yeah, I mean,
and I guess that's okay. That's how the world works. That's how people have conversations, but I can't get too hung up on it because then I'll be like, what are they saying? Were they like, he was talking too loud or he was here too long? Hopefully it's good things. Hopefully it's like, it was happy to see him.
Dude, honestly, this is something I think about almost constantly, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I used to think about it a lot more, just like, oh, dude, like, there's probably someone screenshotting my Instagram stories and posting them in a group chat. And that makes me sick to my stomach. And now I'm just like, you know what? Whatever, man. Whatever. I have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
But
you don't got time for it.
But I would like to think that most of the time our names are brought up when we're not around. It's probably medium to good.
Medium to good. I'll take that. And the small percentage of times where it's just kind of like,
I mean, dude, everybody has shit talked on them behind their back, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Honestly, Brigden probably doesn't. Brigden, our front of house guy and / close personal friend, is
a jolly soul.
The most like just easygoing. Honestly, same thing with our good friend Mike Paulshock, friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
They're just like easygoing, just
like, oh man, that sucks, man. You're like,
it's extremely hard to make them upset or like impatient, and I don't know. You're just like,
which is a good balance to have around.
Oh my God, dude. I need it so like.
Because if you have someone digging with you and you're like, wow, this hole's getting big and we're just going down it together.
We have friends that like the second we're in a room with them, we're just like talking shit. And I've realized like, because I do try to do that less because it's not a good thing. Like you should never be talking bad about. I'll say this.
Oh, you're really giving lessons.
I would say a lot of the stuff that I say behind people's backs, I would feel okay saying it to their face. If they confronted me about it and were like, "Did you say this?" I would be like, "Yes, I did."
Which is
yes,
a great
I did,
way to go about
and
it.
tell me I'm wrong. Yeah. But I recognize it's a bad habit, and I think what I realize is it's the way that I relate to people, and I'm trying to like navigate around that because I don't want it to be. Because I see it in other people that like all they do is talk shit.
Well,
and I'm like,
that's the other side of it. I feel like there's a balance of talking shit, but it's sometimes I just like to talk shit about like people like things I don't even know. Like know,
it is.
That's a lot. You're shooting at a big target there.
It is fun. And listen, I'm not gonna be like.
But I'm not coming at the poor like crippled kid down the road and being like, oh, right to have legs, you know.
It's never at the expense of crippled people. We should say. It's usually like this band or this person from so and so that we know or like, but dude, there's some people that we know that like. They'll be in a room with someone and they're that person's best friend.
That's fake.
And that person leaves the room and it's just like, what a piece of shit.
It's like,
and then I'm like, you definitely are saying stuff about me when I'm not here.
Oh, true.
That's when I'm like, and we have a couple people that I feel, well, I don't know. I have so many friends that like when I think about it, I'm like, oh, that's my close friend. And then I'm like, I literally haven't had a conversation with them in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
But I have friends like people like that we know that like I do really admire them and I think they're good people, but they are so shit talky that I'm like, dude,
yeah, what are we doing?
What do you say about me when I'm not around?
Yeah.
And you better hope I never find out.
Yeah, I know who you're like. I know what you're referring to. I don't really like to talk that much shit about people because
you're really not that bad with it.
Well, I think I used to do it more, but then I think I had a realization. I was like, well, I don't want someone doing that about me.
Oh yeah.
So it's like I learned that at an early age with like sleepovers, right? Like, oh, let's fuck with the kid that falls asleep first. And I was like, hold up, I don't want to be fucked with. So like, I'm just not gonna fuck with you because I don't want to be fucked with like that. And that's kind of like I had the realization as I got older. Once my brain matured into an adult brain.
Dude, speaking of, I don't like pranks of any kind. I don't approve of pranks.
Pranks aren't for me. Like, who? I mean, like, I know people that like doing pranks. They find it funny.
I find them so uncomfortable.
I'm trying to think like
even when someone's like,
of a prank that's happened in what I've been around for that I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm trying to think of a time recently.
You know what makes me sick? Tour pranks.
Well, that's one I was thinking of.
If we're on tour, do not prank me.
I don't like tour pranks, and and it was so sick at the end of the tour. We just didn't even take like a tour photo. I was like, why bother? I said bye to everyone,
dude,
and I'm out. It was so great that like I think Joe may have driven himself to that show, so he like we loaded out, said bye to everyone, grabbed the shit from the bus rig, and then he just like dipped. And I was like, well, hey, he's gone. We can't do it. Sorry, guys. And no one was bummed.
Dude,
no one was bummed because it was going to be a shitty photo of me
listen,
looking
some
disgusting.
people like them. Some people are like, oh, you got to get the post-tour pic. And I get it. But they really are such a fucking chore to me.
Can we just hold on to the memory of having a good time?
Everybody looks like shit in the photo. There's always like 8 or 9 people that weren't on the tour. They were just at that show. And you're like, you're not going to be like, you got to get out of the photo.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, why is this fucking guy's wife in the photo? There's a tour photo. Yeah. And shit like that. And it's always just like, or then there's somebody's always missing. And then nobody realizes until 2 minutes after the photos. Dude, that happened on that Modern Color tour. Joey wasn't there.
I would you see.
And we're just like, we're not doing it again.
Yeah. And then the staff is just kind of sitting there like,
dude, that's the thing. It's like, yo,
They're already gonna throw my shit off the stage anyway, so let's hopefully don't throw it less hard. That's my plan. On the loadout.
I hate a post tour pick. I was very relieved we didn't take one. And you know what? If we take one in the future on this next tour or the tour after that or the one after that,
it's fine. But
it's like, yo, if there's one band that's like, yo, we got to get a pick, I'm not gonna be like, no.
Yeah.
But I will say,
hey,
do we?
Yeah. Hey guys, do you mind if we get a tour pick? Yeah, that's fine. When do you want to do it? That kind of asking.
I'll just be like, all right, yeah, let's get a selfie.
Yeah, easy. Just stitch me in. But yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Dude, should we talk about the UK tour? Do we need that's like a year away, but
yeah. Oh wait, the UK tour we just did or the UK we're
No, the one that we're about to do.
Yeah, I mean we can plug it. I mean it's
all right, might as well. We might as well.
All right, let's
fucking halfway through.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, halfway through the podcast. All right, guys, we're coming back.
But welcome back to the pod, everyone.
We got back from the UK literally like 1 week ago, basically. But we're coming back again. We announced this tour while we were still there.
Crazy.
Which I won't even get into really the trip of us coming home because it was an absolute fucking nightmare.
I actually haven't heard about it yet.
Dude,
so
okay, maybe we'll talk about it. All right. We're coming. We haven't talked about what bands we're coming with, but it's going to be freaking awesome. It's a freaking secret, but it's going to be so dope. Everyone will think it's cool, I swear to God. January 16th. I don't know why we're going there in January. Our freaking nuts are going to freeze off.
Yeah.
We're playing at London, UK at O2 Forum, Kentish Town.
Yes.
And someone in the comments said that place sucks.
Well, I looked at the room. It looks awesome.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And check it out. That's going to be our biggest headline show to date.
Yeah, so suck a rug, you fucking asshole.
It's going to be fucking cool.
And you're going to be there anyway, so shut the hell up.
I think I did see that comment, like, oh, this place sucks, but I'll be there.
17th, we're playing in Manchester at O2 Ritz. We're really fucking O2 stands.
Yeah, we got to stay with the O2. Not O1, we're not there yet, but O2. I have no idea what O2 is.
I think
means.
O2 is maybe a cell phone company.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's a bank. I don't fucking know.
I always thought it was like, okay, you do O3 and then you do O2, and then you get to O1.
That would be hard.
Morrissey may or may not be there. This, who knows? Johnny Marr?
Dude.
Could be there. I don't know.
We are close personal friends with Morrissey.
So.
And he isn't rude to me, and he does talk to me with respect every time we speak.
So.
Glasgow, freaking UK. We're coming to what I understand is a good venue, whereas the last one, people were not happy that we played there. And to be honest, our gear got stuck in their elevator that couldn't even physically fit a person in it, and it got stuck, and we had to wait hours for the stuff. Whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yep.
We're playing at freaking. Who names a venue this? SWG3 Galvanizers.
Yeah, you go to the show tonight at SW3.
I'm sure they call it like Gals or something.
Oh, going down the Gals.
Then we're playing. That's on the 18th, by the way. And then on the 20th, we're fucking rounding it out with in Bristol at O2 Academy.
Bristol. That's pretty good. That was a great show last time I played Bristol, so I'm hoping to return
the fun. Dude, that whole
freaking
UK run that we did last time was so badass. Yeah, I love playing in Old Blighty.
Yeah, it does really rock over there. Yeah, Inside Baseball tickets are hot right now. They're selling fast, so don't sleep.
I don't know anything about it, but you might want to make a move.
Yeah, you might want to make a move, which is shocking. But yeah. I'm really excited to go back to the UK already. It's kind of nuts. I was looking at my passport. I was like, dude, we're going there every 6 months. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I'm not really excited about it, but but I'll see you guys there. Yeah. How was Italy?
Italy was cool. I went to Italy after Outbreak.
Did you eat the meatball?
I did not eat the meatball, but I ate a spaghetti. The first 2 days we went to like a resort out in the countryside.
Did you get hammered?
Right now. No, I didn't get hammered. It was just so nice to just be left alone.
Was it hot?
Yeah, it was really hot. But they had this. It may have been the cleanest pool I've ever been in, and I just gotta jump in the pool. Psh.
I want to go swimming so fucking bad. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you jealous here. It was awesome. I didn't have sunscreen, but I was like, whatever. So
you don't look very burnt.
I was covered with blankets the whole time, trying not to get the sunburn. But man, the pool was awesome. The food we got, I had the best spaghetti I ever had. And I was like, all right, this is why I'm here. and it was like a vineyard. So it's just like a mansion, and it was really cool. So yeah, I had a pretty good time. But I was like, then we went and visited my cousin that was staying in this college town, which was an alright time there. We went to a funny like Michelin star dinner where they bring out like, a gloop glop on like a weird.
Oh, dude.
I was like, what is this? Whatever. And we rounded out with not Tuscany, Florence, where the funny thing they do is they have like a little window there, and they hand you wine out the window.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's pretty popular online right now. But yeah, I did that. Walked around. It was boiling hot there, though. I was just sweating, and Laurie was like, just she was so hot. And I was like, yeah, I expected to be this hot. She did not expect to be that hot.
Was she wearing like a jacket and shit?
Yeah, she wore her parka, and I was like, that's a fit, but you probably shouldn't wear that.
Yeah.
While I was just in shorts and no t-shirt, just walking around. But it was great. Happy to be home though. I was like, man, I've been in Europe for like 3 weeks. I basically live here. I got to get out of here.
Dude, I'm gonna say something, and I probably shouldn't say it. I don't ever want to go to Europe again. I really don't want to.
Not what I thought you were gonna say.
I really don't like it, man. And listen,
did you like it this time?
It was more pleasant than it usually is.
Yeah.
But no.
Oh wow. Okay.
No. And I thought that. Full disclosure, we did it in a bus, which was great in a lot of ways. I thought it was going to change the whole fucking thing, and then we played a venue that I don't want to sound too big for my britches, okay? Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm a pretty humble guy. For a guy with a gold record, I'm pretty humble. Dude, this fucking show pissed me off because
the
first time we ever went to Europe was in 2011, I think.
Yeah, and it felt like 2011. I stepped into a time warp.
Dude, we played maybe the smallest venue in Germany we've ever played.
It was like a big green room, felt like.
And it was so everything that I hate about playing Europe happened at this show, and I was just like,
yep.
Why is this still happening? Our band is doing better than ever. Why are we...
What happened?
And for people that don't know me, you might be watching this and be like, what kind of rock star does this guy think he is? Mm-hmm. I am not shy about the fact that I do not like to be uncomfortable. I've been like this since our band played to literally no one. Mm-hmm. I have no desire to have a stack of rye bread as my rider and a bunch of cold cuts. Like I'm just like, yo, don't give me that. I don't want it. Yeah. You're not doing me any favors. And then the local fucking Europeans just eat it all anyway. Yeah. And dude, it was just basically like a DIY punk show, and that's not my vibe. I don't want that.
Well, the show rocked. I had a great time.
It was a great show. But also the AC stopped working coincidentally right as we started playing, which makes me think they just turned it off.
Like, it's too hot in here anyway. Turn it off. You're like, keep it busted. Get it colder. The show was too big to be in that room. And that sucked.
Belgium show, awesome. Paris show, awesome. That's the first time I've ever been in Paris, and I was like, not so bad.
Paris, I was like, I had the most fun at that show. That's the most fun show we played. That I had a great time.
It was good.
I had a great time at that gig. And my amp even broke. And guess what? No guitar casualties.
That's the show that happened.
No, whatever. But yeah, the vibe was good. I had 2 JCM 800s on this tour, and we left one behind. Well, we didn't. The stagehands left the guitar head behind at the first festival.
Dude, that's another thing that nobody wants to hear about. But
you lost my shit.
I never want to play a festival again. And we have some coming up, and I just they make me... Listen, Outbreak was awesome.
Manchester Outbreak truly is one of a kind.
London is fucking gay. I don't want to play that ever again.
Yeah,
they should never do that again.
I think they will, but it's not Outbreak. It's not, to me, it's not the
They
vibe.
need to do it themselves if they're going to do it. They can't have fucking Lido do it. That company fucking sucks a dick. I don't care what anybody says or if they hear that I said this.
Well, it's just they don't have the right stages for it either, because they put Knock Loose in a 5,000 cap tent at a festival. They're too big for that.
Yeah, and they didn't have a single fan in that fucking tent, man. It was boiling. It was fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, everybody. I'll bitch about literally everything that ever happens. So,
hang on.
But yeah, dude, the people that work and look, it's not like you need a college degree to work on the stage at a festival. So I know they're just getting basically anyone that is willing to do it.
You'll lift something over 50 pounds?
But these are the dumbest, most fucking worthless dunces I've ever. At every single one, the people that are like moving your gear off the stage, I hope they all fucking die painful deaths, man. I really, really fucking don't respect them or like them. They don't make your life easier. They make it harder. They put your shit just like in a random spot.
Yeah.
Gets left behind. They're grabbing other people's shit and trying to put it with yours. It's like, hey, dickhead, just don't touch it.
Just don't touch it. When we move, we'll move it on to this. We'll move it on to the square that needs to be moved. And still, even at that, they lost the head from where we put it in the square.
Two of them.
Not just one.
2 amps.
They lost from putting it in the square to the truck back to where our trailer was. They lost 2 heads. I'm like, guys.
So insane.
What is up? Where did you crawl out from? But besides losing 2 amps, I forgot we lost the SVT as well.
Yeah.
So God bless Terror crew for bringing
Terror,
it. They came
Terror
through.
did come through. They grabbed the shit and fucking met up with us in
at Berlin. Yeah, because they were playing down the street.
Shittiest fucking venue. They were probably playing a good venue.
They were. They were playing. They were playing with the Day to Remember, but they were playing some like 5,000 cap theater. But still, it's probably nice.
Sounds awesome.
It probably had AC. Maybe it was close to the McDonald's we went to.
Oh,
one on the
that's
McDonald's
right.
journey.
Was that like the fucking
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
I must say the McDonald's was hitting over there. I was having a good time eating the McDonald's.
Dude, a McDonald's is all right. Dude, speaking of McDonald's, I have been like, this rocked my fucking world. Mm-hmm. I've been so excited to talk about this on the podcast. I got blood work done. Been trying to get blood work done for years, basically. Finally, just made myself do it. Got it done. Mm-hmm. And the whole trip while we were gone, I was like, so right now I don't have a primary care physician because the one that I used to talk about on this podcast, he is the most incompetent stooge of all time, and he might as well work at a stage at a festival. This guy, and
ship him out.
And I was just like, I'm not going back to this guy. He's barely a doc. He's just like. He was not helping me at all.
I just imagine like a little toddler in like a white coat. Like,
oh, dude, I'd be so much better off with a baby.
A boss baby? If you
want. My God, boss baby. That's the goat.
Go on with your journey.
So I see a psychiatrist. I've been trying to get some like medication stuff figured out. And so she was like, you should really get blood work because this will help us like narrow down like what's going to be best. And I'm like, all right, fair. Before we left, got blood work. The whole time I'm like, it bothers me because I got a thing from the lab like the next day that the results were in.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm just like, I kind of wish you would have told me before I left, like what
the results were.
I'm just, dude, the whole time we were gone, not like obsessively, but I would just
like, just let me know I'm dying so I can just get on with my life.
I was having a hard time sleeping on that tour also. So I was just laying up and just being like, I'm going to get back and just going to say I have fucking
a few months.
2 kinds of cancer. Dude, got back. Had an appointment on the 19th, maybe like a couple days after I got home.
Yeah.
And she was like, I got your results. I was like, okay.
Are you sitting down?
She was like, you're very healthy.
Skirt.
I was like, wait a second. And she was like, honestly, like you're like, you could use, like you're a little bit lacking in vitamin B and vitamin D. And I'm like, well, I'm not gay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Ma'am, I'm married.
Gay.
I'm a straight white man. Yeah.
You think I'm going to eat vitamin D? Are you crazy?
Now, vitamin T's, definitely.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, but yes, dude, I'm healthy.
Dude.
And I can't tell you how much that totally fucking like rocked me.
That's good, dude.
I thought for sure she was gonna be like, dude, your heart is on the verge of exploding.
See, it's good to get blood work done consistent, like somewhat consistently.
And I did tell her like, I've been obsessed about my health. Obviously not enough to do anything about it. But I have been like convinced. I have a lot of digestive stuff, and like I've heartburn constantly, and I've just been like, yo, I definitely have stomach cancer or colon cancer or something. And so she was like, I'll test for everything.
Cool.
I'll test for everything. And I mean, it's not always just like a surefire thing. Like you should, if I think I have stomach cancer, I should probably look further into it, not just
because you got to track
reading my blood file. But
it tells a lot, though.
It tells a lot. And I got some vitamin D and some vitamin B, and I'm fucking. That basically makes me the healthiest man alive.
Yeah. You ever see that guy that's like, is he like 40 or something or 60, and he looks like he's 30? But that's you, basically. That's gonna be me. Yeah, that's gonna be you. Like, how old are you? Like,
I'm 38 and I look 22.
Yeah. You guys would never guess how old I am.
Yeah, you guys would never guess that I'm
38. Fuck. Well, that's great news. That's awesome,
so that's my humble brag.
Yeah,
I'm healthy, and because of that, I will continue to eat bad shit, McDonald's every chance I get. I don't eat McDonald's every chance I get, but I do not
shy away.
I'll say this: I never eat a salad as a meal.
I had a salad today, actually.
And it's not. You're like a salad guy.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
But you like a salad.
I do like a salad, but I'm trying to get healthy, and it's impossible, dude.
Dude,
there's nothing you can do.
There really isn't anything you can do unless you eat
like 0 calories.
Boiled chicken breast.
Yeah.
Brown rice. 3 pieces of broccoli.
But and the rice is like this big. It can't be. It can't be like a good scooping of rice. It's gotta be like this big. And who wants to live like that?
And you have to eat like a piece of lean fish.
And you're doing like push-ups constantly. And like
I do.
I don't have time for that. I have to sit there.
Here's the thing. You and I definitely have time for that.
I have a lot of time.
If anybody has time to do push-ups, unfortunately, it's you and me.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do. I just don't.
Dude, here's why I don't. I have heartburn.
I have heartburn too, so I guess that must be the
I actually think that if my stomach was less of an issue, I would exercise. But I'm always like, dude, if I start running, I'm gonna throw up within 1 minute.
I did go to the gym yesterday for the first time in like 3 months, and I was on the treadmill, like walking. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna try to run. So I like beeped it up, and I was like, I could just feel my whole body being like, gugga, gugga, gugga. I was like, ooh, my poor stomach,
dude.
It was like on fire, and I was like, wow, I think I'm overweight. Like that's what I got from it.
Yeah, dude.
There's for about 5 minutes.
Weirdly, the times that I'm the most aware of how how singular my body is, and what I mean by that is that you only have one. And like, true. You lose a finger, whatever, you can get by.
You got 9 others.
But exactly. But it's just like, dude, once your stomach is like fucked up.
I don't want to get that crease here, and where like farmers that like have to pull their pants up. Like you get like a belly that is over your pants. I don't want that.
Oh, I mean,
I'm on my way.
I mean, that's the thing. I
don't want to be like a 32 down here, but then up here is like a 45.
Oh, well, dude, you know what speaking of, I always wonder, like, you see the really big guys?
Yeah.
And they have their pants pulled up over their stomach. And I always wonder, what is the point where you're like, I guess I'm going up. I guess I'm going up 8 waist sizes so that my pants can be pulled up to my belly button.
You get one little, and you're done for,
Because, dude, that's like, you see dudes that are like, I mean, that's basically once you are like a guy that wears suspenders at all times.
Oh, okay.
But then you're like,
dude, the shape of the pants,
the waist of your pants, dude. That's the thing. Like, they're like this long.
Like just such like a U.
Yeah, like, dude, you gotta feel so bad when you like. If there's any big people here that are listening that pull their pants over their stomach, then.
Get your blood work done.
I'm sorry for laughing, but I am the healthiest man alive, and I pity you. But no, dude, I've constantly been curious about that because there's like I spit on my mic. There's a character on The Wire that is like, honestly, he is fat, but not even that fat.
Okay,
but
that's how I feel about myself.
His belt is like, and is like across his stomach, and I'm always like, that is. At what point are you like, damn, I guess I'm so fat that my waist is like not an option anymore.
But then none of your pants fit. Like you just like cut them all out of your life immediately. When you go
that's why I think I need to not be any bigger than I currently am.
Me too. I mean, there's a few pants I'm like, I wish I could wear, but they're uncomfortable to wear. They're not. I can't not wear them, but they're a little uncomfortable. And I'm like, like my suits. Luckily, kind of go out of style, right? So like, I'm thinking, I might want to do a different style suit, a little more baggier. So that's kind of where I'm headed with the suit problem that I'm facing.
I really hate a suit, man.
Oh, me too. I just want, dude. There was this guy on Instagram, and he's like, this like chiseled, like perfect.
I already hate this guy.
He's a hot dude, and he's like, let's go to the thrift. I need to go to a wedding. Let's go to the thrift store and just thrift a suit. And I was like, no, you can't do that. Puts the suit on, looks amazing. I was like, fuck you, dude.
He planted it. Dude, everything I see online, I'm just like, this is fake.
That makes me feel a lot better.
This is fake.
Like the pants, he's like, little big, and I was like, dude, they look perfect. And you're like this hot guy. Oh, jacket's a little oversized for the tight I want.
Dude, I think about it all the time.
Screw you, man.
And listen, like, I don't think we're world's ugliest guys or anything.
No, we have nice skin,
but like,
nice hair,
dude. Certain people, I'm just like, what must that? We have friends that are so beautiful, male and female, that I'm just like. The males is really what I think about this. So the women, I'm just like, yeah, being a hot girl is probably fucking
awesome,
what an odd experience that must be for better or worse. I'm not saying there's has to be downsides for being a hot girl.
Yeah,
but dude, we have male friends that are like supermodels, and I'm just like, what is that like? Like all through their life, they're probably like girls probably had girls don't have crushes on me.
No.
What must that be like to be like, kind of just like take my pick.
Yeah. She's kind of like cramping my style and my space. I'm like, dude, bring her over here, please.
Crazy. Like,
it's nuts.
But also just like the way that we have a friend that is very handsome, and I've seen just the way that people treat him in the world, and I'm just like, that's different than they treat me.
You do get treated. I mean, like just like a coffee shop, right? Like you walk up, like
dude,
a
people
barista.
hate me wherever I go.
I'm just like, I'm like, please, thank you. I love a nice thank you so much, dude. That's like a nice Diet Coke, crisp Coke when you hit him with a, thank you so much.
I mean, dude, there's nothing better in this world than being polite.
Yeah,
I truly feel like that would change everything. And some people are like, oh, that's people please you. You can't like, and I get what they're saying. You really can't be like, because the people that are too like apologize for everything, and they're like, oh, can I? If it's not too much trouble, can I?
No. You gotta be direct, but then a thank you.
But it's just like, yo, being polite is a different thing, and that's like, if everyone was just polite,
the world would spin.
Things would be different.
I agree.
You think Trump would be bopping bombs on Iran if they were polite?
Please, sir. Okay, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah. They should have said please.
Oh, fuck.
It's not funny, everybody. Do not. If you're laughing, that's bad. Don't laugh.
That's not good. Don't get caught listening to the car in that traffic.
The war's over.
We fixed it. The world is healed, dude. The world is healing. But being handsome, treated different. Like, I'm sure you get like free cups of coffee. Just like you get like a nice smile. I'm sure you walk up to places and you get a nice like, how can I please you? Smile, you know.
That's
where
the thing.
They look at me and they're just like,
what?
Should this guy be here right now?
Yeah.
Like,
what, man? Let me guess. You want to fucking?
Yeah.
Let me guess. Latte, fatso.
Yeah. You want the whole milk, of course.
Yeah.
Like,
how many drinks do you want, big boy?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Where
you probably want a frap. I'm not even gonna ask you if you want whipped cream. I'll give you extra, Dumbo.
I got a frap on this tour, and it was awesome.
Dude,
it rocked my world.
There's really nothing like a frap.
Where was it? Oh, that was the first day we flew into Frankfurt. Fine city, but on the way back, the frap was calling me. Also, it's strange as their subways don't have like turnstiles there or anything.
No, you just climb on.
Just walk on. When we were in Italy, it was the same way, and I was just like, I'm not paying. I'm just walking on. Like I'm going like 2 stops. Like
I mean,
I'm sorry.
weird to follow it up with, I think everyone should have manners. But I'm like, yo, if you don't have to pay, why the hell would I pay?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm exactly, just make me like. It was also hard to pay. It wasn't like an easy like a boop boop tap. It was like, who do I find? Because we did pay going there, and it was like a whole thing. We had to go to a desk, and then the desk we had to wait, and then the guy was like, well, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Why do you need my name?"
Bitch, it's Mario.
I'm riding the subway. Why do you need to know my name?
My name.
And he took down both their names and wrote it on the ticket. And he's like, "Here you go." And I was like, "This is to ride."
What's your name?
The subway. Like, yeah, to ride the subway. I was like, whatever, man.
That's pretty nutty. Yeah. Then it's like, I'm not paying, brother.
Yeah, that's
your taxes pay you, not me.
Exactly. I pay enough in taxes for like all the food. In Italy, it was all the food and like had like 10% tax, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man, you're robbing me here.
Dude, the taxes in the UK are pretty outrageous.
They are insane. I was a
like, yo, straight surprised. Up, how dare they? Yeah. Like, it's bad here, but boy, is it bad there.
Yeah. At what point does it just get to 100? And you're just like, well, I just live. Like, that's got
dude, some of the places are like 20% sales tax, and it's like, yo, man, that's egregious. That's
robbery.
That is truly criminal.
Well, you play a show there, you pay 20% right off the top. Bam. Like, here's $1,000. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm taking $200 back. You're like, whoa.
Yo, after January, we're never coming again.
No.
We're never coming again.
No.
Sold out your government, and maybe we'll fucking consider it.
Okay, all right. Breck's in, and then we're down.
Yeah.
Or in Bryn? Britain in? Bryn? It's not as good, but it works. So, Bryn. And we're back, maybe.
Yo, you know what?
I love the UK, though. I can't say that.
I love the UK, but
for sure
I wouldn't want to be a part of Europe either.
maybe it is such a divide. I would say maybe you could pull in a different like country or two, but who are you gonna pull in? I've never been to Spain. Spain could be cool.
Also, never been to Spain.
So that could be worth.
I've heard it's nice, but
it could be worth exploring. But is it a bad thing that Germany and Britain are separated now? Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know.
Economically, I think it's bad.
I think it is bad too.
And it's
annoying as fuck too to like fly. Like
I was gonna say, for us, it actually is worse. I'm just saying, I really can't blame them.
It was crazy though to get off the plane in Germany, and I was like, work visas. It didn't even dawn on me to like try to like sort that out. And then Joe said, I don't think they care about that here, and he was 100% right. You can just fly in there and be like, yeah, I'm playing this festival. And all we had to do was check our gear shit, and they were like, oh, what's your festival? There's a lot of people there. And then they started playing our song, and that was fun. But
oh, yeah, those guys were loving it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, my friend's going to this festival. We're like, oh, cool,
oh, yes, Slipknot is going to be playing the festival. 90,000 people will be there. We're like, we know, man. We're playing
it. Great. Crazy, though. We were chilling in the backstage area. And I was talking to some people, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, 5 feet from me was Kelly Clarkson. I was like, not Kelly Clarkson, Kelly Osbourne. I was like, Kelly Osbourne's right there.
The other Kelly.
The other Kelly, not to be confused. I was like, oh, damn, that's kind of nuts. I mean, it makes sense why she's there, because...
Your dad's freaking Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. She dates someone, or married someone from Slipknot, I think. But I was like, oh, yeah, I used to watch you as a kid.
We watched Slipknot, and that was pretty crazy.
It's a great show. It really is. I don't think you need to like that kind of music to like the show. To see like people going nuts on stage or like laying on their like kegs and shit.
I will say wild. We watched maybe 5 songs, and I was like, I've seen enough.
And we were watching from like I don't know if it was a VIP area, but it was nice to kind of be up.
Oh yeah.
On the perch, so you could kind of see the whole 90,000 people. It was really cool, man. They went on a little late too. They didn't want to come on, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, kind of fucking dope that they were just like, let them wait.
I guess at that point, like, the festival couldn't be like, you guys have to go on. Then they'd be like, all right, we're not going on. Then 90,000 people are going to be revolt, and you can't have that. It would be like it would be bad,
dude. I think there would be a lot of like. I think it would be okay. I think it'd be okay.
I think there'd be pushback. I don't think like people would get murdered or anything, but I think they would be pretty rude to security. You know, their manners. Their manners.
Dude, that many German people in one spot, wind them up, dude. They might revert back to their old ways, if you guys know what I'm saying. Germans do not like when you talk about that.
No. That makes sense. It was kind of a dark time.
Next time we go back, if they stick us in a small ass fucking room again, I'm gonna be like, shame on each and every one of you fucking pieces of shit.
Cut the
music.
know
what you did. You're mad. You don't want anyone to bring it up. But you know what? You did it. So own it. Dude, can I say something that I don't think is controversial, but it occurred to me the other day. Mm-hmm. I love Shia LaBeouf. I love him.
Oh, did you watch him on Bad Friends?
I did.
Yeah, he's cool.
I love him.
He's real.
People hate him,
which I don't get. I feel
he's
like he was
like a weirdo. He's a weirdo, and he like has a temper, and he freaks out.
Oh, that's what it was. I feel like a few years ago he got in trouble, but he just. I mean,
well, there's a documentary that's coming out or just came out about his like acting collective, where he just like apparently is like makes him look really bad. But you know what? Cool. I love that. I think that's awesome.
To have an artist.
To be that famous and that weird and just be okay with someone filming you freaking out. And there's like a quote of him being like, hey man, I look crazy. I do disgusting things in the movie. Like I am ashamed of myself, but I'm fully supportive of the film coming out because it's honest. And I'm like, that's sick.
And he's been shunned from big movies ever since, but he doesn't give a fuck.
Dude, what is he going to do? Be in fucking Transformers 8? Who gives a shit? This movie sucked cock.
If Megan Fox is not in it, then, you know, he's not in it. If he's not going to, you know. I actually never found her, like, the hottest. Obviously, she's a very attractive woman, but...
she's hot, but she's a little, especially now, she's a little bit like, you know, like a real doll.
Yeah, because how old is she? She's probably... approaching.
She's probably about my age, I would say.
Yes, approaching the big 40. But Machine Gun Kelly's not that old, is he?
I think he's younger than she is. I think he's like 31 or 32. I would
guess. He looks like a young bull. I always think he's gonna be different, like talk different. Whenever I hear him on interviews, I'm like, I thought you were gonna be different, like sounding. I don't know what I'm expecting. I feel like there's someone else that kind of looks like him.
People really hate him too.
Yeah, I
don't really care.
He doesn't move the needle for me at all. I'm a Shia guy through and through. I mean, even Stevens, come on, grew up on that shit.
Come on, dude. The movie where he plays a retarded kid on Disney Channel. I forget what it's called. But have you ever seen that?
I don't.
Oh, dude.
Wait. Oh,
me, Mike, and Joey were talking about on that Web Wing tour a lot.
Because I've seen probably every Disney movie. All I can think of is Zoe 101.
There's a scene in the movie that he's like stuck in the library. And he starts screaming, and it is so fucking funny.
I think I do remember that because there was a Frankie Muniz one where he was crippled and he was a soapbox car racer. Soap car, is that what the soapbox? Not soapbox. Where they have the box, like the little car you race down the
boxcar.
Boxcar. And he didn't have his legs didn't work, but there was the Shia LaBeouf where he went full retard.
Brother. Yeah. He went full. He goes full, and I respect it.
Step aside, Ben Stiller. Here I go.
That's when I was like, I like this guy.
Yeah, I just like his swag's pretty cool too.
I just think he's a freaking awesome actor. Nobody can take that away from him. And dude, I just like that he's a freak. I like that he's.
You like him a little freaky, you know?
Dude, I just don't like when people are like, you don't want... I feel like this.
Yeah.
If you want to pay attention to celebrities, don't you want them to be interesting?
Yeah.
Like, people are so obsessed with celebrities, but they want them to be, like, kind of boring. I'm like, it's fascinating to me.
What does that do for me? If every interview is the same answer and same question and just... I get nothing from it. It's so surface level.
Dude, that's why JoJo Siwa is the fucking GOAT, because every week there's a new twist and turn with her where you're like, she is a freak, dude.
Not a lesbian anymore.
Not a lesbian. We all could have seen that was an act.
Yeah, maybe she's exploring, you know?
Maybe.
Young girl,
but
famous.
It seemed like it was it felt like she just found out about gay people, and she was like, that's going to be my thing this year.
This is cool. Yeah, JoJo. Yeah, is that? I feel like that wasn't talked about as much as I thought it was going to be.
Her being a fake lesbian.
Yeah, it kind of was just like, oh yeah, she's straight now.
I feel like people's JoJo battery kind of ran out. And people were like,
poor JoJo.
We're done.
And not. Maybe
she was so weird like a year and a half ago that I think people were just like, I'm good on her. I think
we need someone else.
Then there's people like us that are just like,
can't get
keep
enough
her around.
Of her. Yeah,
she's
please.
fucking like
we got an interesting one.
Yeah, dude.
Please.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, dude, as much as people hate Kanye and like I'm not like a Kanye guy. I mean, he has records that are awesome, and I'm not even like that much into that kind of music.
Yeah, it's undeniable.
But he's an undeniable like generational guy.
Yeah.
He says some pretty crazy things. I don't know if you guys know this about him.
Check this out.
And I'm just like, dude, I don't agree with the things he says, but I'm totally okay with him saying it. Because I'm just like, dude, he's fucking out of his mind. And I really like that. I mean, listen, you shouldn't be saying I'm a Nazi. That's crazy. But
that was nuts.
That was nuts. And
especially if you have like kids and shit too, to be like,
and his song saying Heil Hitler as the chorus is like
wait.
You don't know about this?
I didn't listen to the new record.
Oh my god, dude.
The one with Dave Blunt's on it?
Yeah.
That new
yeah. It's really crazy.
Holy
it's really
shit.
crazy. So listen, I think that's I wouldn't do that, and I don't think he should have done that. But
it's his art.
I appreciate that he is so fucking out of his gourd and such a weirdo that he was like, I'm one of the most famous people alive. I'm gonna say it.
I mean, someone like him, he doesn't. I guess he's trying to lose it, but he can't lose it. He's just too famous, which is a weird.
Dude, I think he's lost a lot of people.
100%. But I meant more just like, as hard as he could try, he could never be like poor. You know, like how he grew up. He could never go back to how he grew up. Like, it doesn't matter. Anything he does, it will just be, he'll make money. So it's like, damn, that is a crazy world to live in, to be like, I don't need to do anything anymore. Like, I've done it.
I mean,
I guess that drives you insane.
Dude,
to
think about it like this. Kanye can say, I'm a Nazi, and Heil Hitler in a song. And just be like kind of unscathed. Like, in the court of public opinion, people are like, Kanye, maybe shut that down, brother. Meanwhile, Diddy is done for.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean,
he didn't say anything close to that. I mean, he did some stuff.
Yeah, the physical stuff is
allegedly.
I
mean, he obviously beat up his girlfriend. That's enough for him.
We've all seen it.
That's enough for him to be in big trouble. And I don't. I don't really like the guy.
We do not ride for Diddy.
All the rest of the stuff, the waters are murky. We've talked about that on here before. I watched the whole documentary series and shit like that and was just like, I don't know. I don't think you can. I think you guys are trying to pin a lot of stuff on him.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want it on you, so you pin it on the other guy. I mean, I feel like that's one-on-one.
Dude, you know what? If I was Diddy, you know what I would say? It was Biggie.
Yeah, it was Biggie.
Biggie did that.
Yeah. He's dead, so I'm sorry.
He's dead.
Sorry,
he did all that stuff. He set the wheel in motion, and he died.
It's his fault. Yep.
What was I to do?
It's his fault. Yeah. I'm the victim here. Play the victim.
Dude, if I was Diddy, I would say that, and then I would go spacey, and I would say, also, I'm gay. Because everyone suspects that Diddy is gay.
I know.
Which he might be gay.
He might be gay.
There might be truth to that. Yeah. Because that is a rumor that has been around for decades.
Yeah.
So he's probably is a little gay.
And Kevin Spacey, though, I don't know if he'll ever come back. Dude, hold on, let me back that up. I think he was in a movie recently.
I think he's coming back.
Didn't he like? He wasn't like the main actor, but he was in a film recently. I might be making that up.
Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses 2, actually. Now that I think about it.
Dude, I think he's gonna come back because.
Ooh. Go on.
I don't think he got. I could be wrong about this.
Yeah.
I don't think he got any like criminal charges.
No, I think he was.
I think he was sort of. Acquitted.
I'd have to pull that up to double check, but I feel like that's right.
I don't think he got in any actual legal trouble. I think there was a court case and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was ever.
Yeah, because he would have went to like prison or jail.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever like actually. convicted.
So how do you weigh it? All right. So we need to go back. We need to go back in the time machine about 3 or 4 months. Right now, I was on the plane ride and I finally watched Nosferatu.
Oh man. Oh man. We're getting the Nosferatu review about a year after it comes out.
But I just gotta know, because everyone thought it was horny, right? And you were like, it's not that horny.
Yeah,
it's not that horny.
It's not horny at all.
She just is like, she kills the vampire because he loves her and he can't, not be.
Dude, it's like when people are talking about like,
I thought they were sure gonna like start fucking and like dicks were gonna be out. I was like, this is just an R movie.
I heard about the movie was that it was horny. Literally, all I heard about it leading up from everybody.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I was like,
it was good.
I'm not even, dude, full on, not even, no hyperbole. Boss Baby was hornier than Nosferatu. I'm not even like, no exaggeration. Yo, Pixar movies are like straight up hornier than that movie was. I'm not
because they get into your brain and like, oh, adults can watch this too. We'll do this.
And then they give all the females dump trucks. Dude, The Incredibles, mom.
We did watch Boss. Well, I watched Boss Baby.
You watched
1,
like the Boss Baby fucking franchise.
Trilogy. And there's a TV show too. I thought it'd be hilarious. To be honest, I put it on after a show because I was like, everyone's kind of chatting, but it's kind of nice to have something on in the background. And I didn't think anyone was gonna watch it or upset anyone. But Joe came onto the bus and was just like, "Damn, a kid show? This is my only chance not to watch a kids movie." I was like, I'm sorry, man, but I'm intrigued right now, so we're gonna finish this.
Here's the thing, love them, but fuck Joe. It's not our fault that you have to watch kids movies all the time. You had kids, we didn't. Dude, I only watched 15, maybe 20 minutes of Boss Baby, and it was funny as shit. And
the Baldwin man, he killed it, dude.
I did not understand a second of what was happening.
What a crazy concept!
Who the hell thought of that? But dude,
Baby Geniuses. I love Baby Geniuses.
It's just like, dude.
It's so good, dude.
Of course we're gonna watch Boss Baby Joe. What do you want us to watch? Citizen Kane, dude? We're not watching fucking Reservoir Dogs on the bus just because you have to watch Bluey all the time or whatever.
Here's the thing. Take the controller. I was just here first, and I was just chilling here. It was good vibes. It was funny. It was stupid. That's what I look for at the end of the night.
Dude, Joe's gonna take the remote, put on fucking Nosferatu, and start jacking off.
Easy,
dude, the movie's not horny at all.
I'm glad to finally be able to chime in and give you my actual word on it. 6 months later, but watch that one. I watched a few other movies I don't necessarily know. Oh, I watched 28 Weeks Later. I've seen that before though, the vampire one, because the 28 years later just.
I know.
Out.
I want to see it. People
aren't liking it.
It's my understanding that it's like a little artsy.
That's okay.
Like doesn't have a very definitive plot. But you know what?
Isn't 28 Weeks Later the same kind of way? Like the plot's there, but it's definitely, I don't know.
I mean, dude, those movies are kind of.
Did you see 28 Days Later?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen them. I've seen all of them except the new one.
I don't know if I've seen 28 Days Later.
Oh, dude, that's like an all-time.
Maybe I have. Hold on.
All-time movie.
I've seen 28. Maybe I have seen it because I
well, Cillian Murphy's in it, so you would know.
Yeah, I would know.
Dude, that's like that might be my favorite zombie movie. That might be the best one.
The zombies are great in those movies.
Yeah, they're fucking scary as shit.
Yeah, dude, they turn instantly, and like.
And there's like so much. There's blood in their eyes, and they're freaking fast as hell, and they're.
Yeah, I like that.
Mean. They call it the rage virus because it's like that's the thing. I like that there's like an origin to the thing.
So are they going to do 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, 28? They missed months. Why do they do months? Now they're screwed. Now they got to do years, and then they got to do decades or like 28 centuries later.
I think this one's probably the last one they're going to do.
I would love them to do 28. They're in space and zombies are like flying a spaceship.
I mean, I would see anything that they make. Truly,
it could be cool.
I'm a fan of that franchise.
It's a good franchise. But it was fun. It was a fun watch. I was feeling a little in a spooky mood, with that Nosferatu.
I've been trying to watch spooky stuff so much, and there's nothing good.
Spooky. I also saw Novocaine.
Oh, did you like it?
Not really.
Yeah. Do you like him?
I do. I like him. It's funny that he's like a lead guy because I don't find him like very handsome or very leady.
It is interesting that he has become like a guy.
Because I watched the one with him and the other chick.
Companion. I like that movie.
I like Companion better. I really like that actress. So she's cool.
Sophie Thatcher.
Thank you very much. I was gonna say, fuck the other show she's in. But anyway, yeah, I like that movie. I thought it was cool. There's fun little twists in it and stuff. I didn't expect that coming. But yeah, that movie was better than Novocaine. But the funny thing is, I put on Companion thinking it was Novocaine.
That's crazy.
And I was like, wait, isn't this guy not like supposed to feel anything?
That's really crazy.
I was like, oh, she's a robot. Okay, this is a different movie.
I watched the new Captain America on the plane.
Holy shit, me too.
What a fucking piece of crap, dude. I couldn't believe it. You know what sucks too? I really like the guy that plays the Thinker. Tim fuck, what the hell is his name?
Full disclosure, I had to turn it off after like 30 minutes. It was so bad.
Did you see the villain at least? The guy with the fucked up head?
No, I don't know if I got that far. No, because it was like right to that point. I was like, this movie's so bad because they were sneaking into like the compound. Him, Captain America, and the other guy. I was just like, this movie.
Oh, the Hispanic guy.
Yeah, his little partner. Now I was like, dude, this movie's so bad. Dude, it seems like a baby was like, okay, now there's the bad guy there, and you go.
It's crazy.
I'm like, who the? And it was also filmed kind of poorly too.
It looks so bad.
Everything about it. Like, I think you could film that movie in a basement, and it would look like, okay, yeah, I get it.
Dude, CGI has gotten worse. We watched
holy shit.
Yeah, that movie offended me.
You finished it?
I finished it.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I was on a flight, so like
I couldn't even. That's how bad it was. I couldn't even get through it on a flight.
Dude, flight. The movie selection on flights has gotten so offensively bad.
Yeah, that you're getting Captain America.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, I guess I'll watch fucking Captain America, see what this Red Hulk is about.
Also, it felt like Harrison Ford did not want to be there. It felt like he took his lines once and was just like, "Oh, here they come." I'm like, all right, next line.
He, I think, provably didn't want to be there.
He just took the check.
I feel like he has said in interviews, like, yeah, I've done dumb stuff for money many times.
And that would definitely be one of them because I was like, holy shit.
Dude, it's so
good
bad.
Thing he has a big name because he was terrible.
Dude, that reminds me. I've been really into Star Wars lately.
Star Wars is tight.
Not the shows, though. The shows fucking suck.
I like The Mandalorian, then I kind of fell off
the first season of The Mandalorian was fun, and then once I found out that they filmed it in, like, one room, it pissed me off, and I never watched
it. I kind of thought that was cool with the video wall, because it didn't seem like that, but I get it. I had similar feelings.
But I was like, dude, you guys are making a whole TV show. You're putting this A-lister in a closet and making full season. That sucks.
Mm-hmm. And people like Andor, I think, too. But the movies are good. Like all that stuff's really good. I kind of want to go back and watch the newer ones. The one with the chick lead. So
yeah, people did not like those.
I thought they were good.
I thought they were fine. Yeah. The last one was like,
I didn't watch the last one.
We didn't need to do all this.
But they got to do the trilogy. You got to do.
They got to do.
You got to do trilogy. People will be pissed off. But why don't you wait a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah, I've been a Star Wars guy.
Yes, yeah.
It's weird because
were you not? Is this new or is this
so
my
whole life?
Yeah.
When I was a youngster, I was obsessed with Star Wars. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I love a creature. I love like a weird guy, and I've loved Star Wars. And then I liked the prequels. I mean, I knew that they were bad, but I was like, they're I saw them in theaters. They were fun.
Yeah.
They
make sense.
They gave you everything you want. They gave me everything I want because there's just like a lot of aliens and fucking dumb shit in it. And then, I mean, I saw all the new ones in theaters and stuff. I'm like enough of a fan that I did that.
They're cool to see in theaters.
Yeah,
I think that's a fun time.
I didn't really like love them. I thought they were like fine. I've never rewatched them. I'm
more of like a Lord of the Rings like Hobbit guy.
Yeah,
world than
same. I probably like fantasy more than sci-fi if I 100% if it comes down to it. But yeah, dude, once Disney Plus came out and they made 80 shows, I was just like, this is the gayest thing ever. Like, they're beating this thing to death.
This poor horse.
Yeah, exactly. And And dude, I started playing one of the video games recently.
I heard that was bad though.
Outlaws?
The new one, yeah.
It's not that bad.
Really? Because it's
not that good.
It's with the chick.
Yeah. It's not that good.
Is it worth downloading?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll download it.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm looking for a little game to play through. Okay.
It's all right.
It's a role-playing game, right? I like a role-playing game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll role-play.
It's been enough fun that I have played it, and I started to feel like I want to watch the movies.
Got you. The bug.
I think I'm like need to watch, because dude, you go into like different bars and stuff, and there's like all the different aliens sitting around, and they're like playing cards and shit. And you're like,
that's the stuff I want from a video game, though. I want to be able to like kind of walk around and like just kind of get the like there's a city you get to go to, or like a town. You know, that's the best part.
You can go to different planets.
I mean, I love going to different planets. But
the
not
maps
like
aren't
Starfield.
huge, but
not Starfield planets. Those
dude,
planets suck.
wish that game was fucking good, because
dude, just give me the controls at HQ for like a few months, and that game will be awesome.
Dude, that game's net. I don't think anyone's played that game in 3 years.
But all they needed to do was,
you know what? There's probably 2 guys out there that are like, this is my favorite game of all time.
I'm happy.
I play it every day.
I'm really happy for him, but I was expecting so much more and was let down.
I mean, it could have been so fucking sick, man. There's no aliens in it. What a fucking dumb piece of shit.
You're not even gonna run into one. Like
no aliens.
Like you're going to. It doesn't have to be like. No, it should be aliens. But you're going to different planets. There's going to be different species there. That's
dude,
like
Star Wars would be literally just like a boring. Like, dude, if there wasn't like. That's a crazy looking guy in like every part of Star Wars. It would be the shittiest franchise ever.
Yep. But then
you don't think I care about the lightsaber, dude? That's a light up sword. That's gay, man.
Big whoop.
Big whoop.
I don't want that.
I want to see a fucking
3-tittied chick.
That's a 3-tittied chick, or like a fucking grotesque bug man, or like those ones that have like the weird little cap and the eyes that are this big.
Yeah.
And the weird droopy cheeks. I'm like, that's disgusting. I
got
love
Chewie.
that.
Come on,
dude. Yo, not
Chewbacca.
one Wookiee in this game, as far as I can tell.
Okay. Is it?
There's everything else.
Or Wookiees around in this time period, or maybe it's maybe a trademark
so
issue?
I think that the Wookiee I believe Chewbacca is like a bit of a rare specimen. It's my understanding in the Star Wars universe. I feel like there like was more of them, and then. Who gives a fuck? But yeah, I'm Star Wars pilled right now. I'm sort of like, you know what? They really fucked it up with all the shows and stuff. But because I tried to watch. I thought there was a show that was kind of about like Jabba the Hutt. I thought there was like a Jabba the Hutt show. There's not.
It could be. I mean, there isn't, but we could very well make a show about it, and it would work.
That's kind of what I want.
Because that's like he's like
a crime lord.
Yeah, it's like Tony Soprano, but in space.
Dude,
easy. Come on, man.
Dude, Jabba Soprano is so fucking awesome. If they did a Sopranos style fucking Jabba the Hutt show, I would be like, he's like fucking young girls and shit. That'd be so awesome.
Coming out of the pool, dude, with the birds and stuff.
One thing I did forget about is rewatching the Star Wars movies, the original ones, because I don't like the some people are like, oh, you got to watch like by episode. You got to watch like the first 3 prequels and then the 3 original and then the 3 new ones. It's like, I'm not going from like early 2000s movie CGI and then going to the fucking 70s. And then going back up to like 2015 or whatever. That's like a miserable viewing experience.
You can watch whatever. I feel like it's fun to watch it out of order, especially if you know the story.
That's
what are you missing?
That's how they came out. That's how the story is told. Is like you watch episode fucking 4 through 6, and then 1 through 3.
And you get the little Easter eggs in there. They're like, oh shit, it links back to this. It's cool. It's fun. I mean, you can watch it however you want, but
you're a dumb fucking loser if you watch it. No. I agree. You can watch them however you want, but some people are like, you gotta watch them chronologically.
Maybe one time through. Maybe if you're new to the Star Wars game, but I do agree with the CGI and stuff, and you're like, oh, it doesn't hit the same when I go from. It's been 50 years, man.
See, I forgot about this. In the early 2000s, I believe,
Natalie Portman.
They reissued the original 3 movies with added scenes and like CGI spliced into the movie. And it looks like fucking dog shit. And
Leave it alone.
And like, why are the versions on Disney Plus not just the original versions? It's these dumb fucking CGI altered. It's so stupid.
Someone got a fat paycheck to do it.
They just like, there's just a movie from the 70s with CGI in it, and you're just like, this looks so fucked up. It looks like a mixed media like art project.
That's not good.
It's like, dude, why? That looks terrible. Why did they like? Okay, in the early 2000s, I can understand how like.
Ooh, new technology.
They're like, look, let's put these back in theaters. People love it. I went and saw them in theaters. I did love it. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, dude, I want the shitty special effects. That's what's endearing about it.
That's charming about it, and it keeps it in that time, good space and time, good period in time.
So that kind of does take me out of it. Rewatching, I'm kind of like, that pisses me off. But yeah, dude, I'm a fucking Star Wars guy.
The kids fighting with the lightsabers at the pool. The really fat kid. You ever see that?
Dude.
Or at the beach. Stop going full force. Stop going full force.
Dude,
those kids are having fun.
Oh, man, being a young fat kid was awesome.
Yeah.
I was never like truly fat, but I was chubster when I was.
Yeah.
You know, between the ages, I was the fattest baby you've ever seen in your life. And then around 2, I started to thin out. You know what's crazy? My head when I was younger, huge.
Same size?
Huge fucking. I don't think my head has ever changed size. I was born with this size head.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
This baby's got a huge head.
I know. My mom walks like.
That's boss baby.
My mom walks like this. She's never recovered.
Poor mom.
Poor mom. But yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Well, I gotta go to a dog training appointment.
Oh fuck! Yeah, Which one's getting trained?
The new one, Leo. He's gonna be a good boy. I got a good feeling. I'm gonna teach him all the tricks.
What's he getting trained to do?
I think just like fold the laundry, wash the cars. That
dude, my washer's been broken for weeks and it's pissing me off.
That sucks. I love all
the guy came and looked at it like the other day and was like, "Yeah, I need to order a part." I'm like,
"Order it, okay?
Get the fucking part, man."
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, just training. I think to kind of heal and stuff. Be a little more less anxious. I think he gets anxious when people come over. So I'm gonna work on that. But I don't know. I really don't know what's in store for me. I just know I'm gonna go see this lady at 7:00.
Dude, immersion therapy. You got to take him just around to a festival.
What?
Be like,
oh, Jesus.
Here's everybody.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Where's the loaders? I'm gonna bite them."
Dude, that's my boy.
That's what fetch. That's why I'm really taking him there, so he can really eat them alive. But yeah, man. Thanks everyone for listening.
It's good to be back.
Great to be back. Patreon.com. So let's quit your band while you still can. We're gonna get some more episodes up there. And yeah, we'll see you at the shows.